It's our time for Journey is Interactive, and Aisha has joined me. Hello, Aisha.
Hello, Israel. How are you, Israel?
I'm well, thank you.
Great. So you know how to join the conversation is on facebook.com/journeysOnTV. On Twitter, it's @journeysOnTV. And on WhatsApp, the number is 0244466606. We begin with the no bed crisis. You know, we started it some weeks back and we are continuing with that conversation because the lack of beds at the surgical and medical emergency unit at the Korle-Bu Teaching Hospital has forced doctors to treat patients in plastic chairs and on the floor, and it has created so much congestion at the hospitals. It follows a directive by the health minister for doctors not to refer cases for lack of beds. What alternative solution would you recommend to deal with the situation in the interim as we wait for government to arrest the situation?
We cannot leave everything onto the government, to do everything. I think the private bodies have to come in. Some institutions, especially let's say the churches and then other private institutions, they have to set in and then also give a helping hand.
Government need to do something now as we speak, because I know of the new hospital in Legon, that a lot of people are complaining about the facility lying there, making no use of it at all. And people are complaining. So I think government should not waste time at all. Just take some of the patients there, for treatment, because a lot of issues are coming up.
Recently, there was a 70-year-old man who lost his life because 7 hospitals failed to attend to him. A 70-year-old man was my dad, was my father. Yes, so I'm very touched about this issue, and I want government to urgently do something about it because it's still recurring. And we are not seeing any go ahead or any headway to this situation at all.
Some people like Jose Kwame Despite, soon I think he donated 2 buildings for the prisoners. It's good, but I think if they can check the most important things which are very, very necessary for the country to stand on, so that because any nation's development stand on 2 things, that is health and education. But if a country like Ghana is treating sick people outside, I think it's very, very, very bad. So those leaders and the rich people in the society must turn their back and look at how the nation is going and help. That is the only thing I can say. If the government can't do, I think we have better people in the nation that can help.
All right, so those are some comments on the streets. Let's check out what you've been posting on Facebook.
By Jeremiah says, what is the management and the board of directors doing? Please, we pay people to think and do the work for us. If you can't do the work, resign. We have a serious leadership challenge in this country. Frederick Obinkutu says, weren't you the same media people who were crying foul because they were sending patients away? Now you are also weeping because they are treating patients in a plastic chair. I'm tired of your whining. Be consistent. Lawrence says, first I'll blame the media in that when the minister came out to say no bed syndrome is no more because they have asked not to refer on such basis, you didn't bother to ask about the fiscal measures to equip of facilities put in place to cure the insufficient beds available. Now see where we are now. Barima Frimpong says, when Mahama was expanding health infrastructure across every nook and cranny of the country, President Akufo-Addo and his NPP guys were all over the place claiming we don't eat hospitals. Now you have to go to the hospital with your plastic chairs. They can't build any, but will change plaques and refuse to use already existing ones. When you put square peg in a round hole, that's the result. Our health minister just can't find his way around. Al-Hassan Fatih says, there will be like, I want God-fearing man. After the man comes to be demanding, I don't know, this is unrelated. What it says, so what is actually wrong with our leaders? How much will it cost to buy beds as compared to those luxurious cars and expensive expenditure they do on themselves?
And Kwesi Boateng Ayapa says, we the citizenry and media have been supporting politicians always to underperform. We're just fond of politicizing almost every national issue. The media always gives their microphone to politicians to discuss national issues, whilst experts are left out. Citizens demanding money from politicians before they vote for them. The result is what we see now. It's about time we speak truth to power. Shame on us all. Those are some comments on Facebook. I'm still trying to get some of your WhatsApp messages on the issue to read it out. But also, more than 2 years after the opening of the new Komenda sugar factory, it remains shut whilst the country still imports sugar running into several millions of dollars annually. Now, considering the high rate of youth unemployment, are you impressed with the current state of the factory?
The problem we have in Ghana is due to planning. Secondly, everything is being played for politics. Okay, it's high time we have a plan of which every government that has to come in continues. Because if this current government is to put in something at least to make sure that the factory is working, I think a little bit of unemployment rate will come down. But since they are also in and they have another agenda altogether to do, they leave that. And at the end, things just get worse. We just spend money and then we don't gain anything.
If the machines can operate, but then that means that it will help the country, because if we are to stop importing sugar into the country, it will help us get a lot of foreign exchange, which will end up helping the country.
This Komenda factory issue should be one which should be given the needed attention. I think the government should give it attention. I think the youth around the central region also are mostly unemployed. So if the government could employ these youth into the factory, open it as soon as possible to make these youth employed, I think it will help the country as such. Yeah.
Also, those were some commenters. More of the comments on Facebook. Israel, let's check them out.
Emmanuel Joseph says, if Nana tries to revive the factory, some useless illiterates will be claiming JM legacy, and they will leave, and they leave it to, if they leave it to, they will say they don't know governance. Well, I heard each and everyone is entitled to his opinion, and so this is mine. Jeff Nara says, let's move on. Burma says, that's what you get when you have a government that does politics with everything. They value buying buses than industrializing Ghana, as they keep touting. This tells clearly that the 1D1F mantra was only a political gimmick. Mensa Kunto Stevens says, our leaders have knowledge about everything, but they lack the wisdom needed to make things work, to lift it out of poverty. Citizen Nati says, and we have Central Region parliamentarians in Parliament working for the betterment of the people, yet they can't say a word. Shuaib says, are you impressed? Who will be impressed with the factory inaugurated in 2016 and has remained idle since?
Okay, and...
hey, Malam beats Malam.
Malam
really?
beats Malam.
So now the Malams are actually commenting on issues. Okay, let me read this one. In fact, the country is full of educated fools. How on earth will you use the limited resource we have to put up a factory and then abandon it for the sake of politics? Okay, Malam.
And Ketechi Eric Osei also says, so was this factory producing sugar before? Oh, okay. Yakubu Abdul Majid says, what's wrong with that? It's in our blood. No one cares. So does I care? And Samuel says, yeah, we are happy with the situation. And he laughs out loud. I'm very impressed. Okay, those are comments on Facebook, and there are quite a number of comments on WhatsApp too. And AU Farouk says, the neglect of the Komenda Sugar Factory shows how incompetent the government of the day is. And then Yakubu from Kumasi says, I will say this is poor planning. That's how Yakubu describes it. And this one from Kwabaji, from Berima Kwabaji says, I seriously won't say anything about this, Komenda this thing for Uncle Blade to call me names. And those are some comments on WhatsApp. And finally, we continue the conversation of dating on social media, because in this era of technology, it's so easy to start a relationship on the internet with the press of a button. While some think it's a stress-free way of finding a partner, others think internet love is cheap love. So ahead of the Joy Beauty and Bridal Fair, we posed the question to you: will you find love online?
How would I ever have to look for a lover on a dating site? You know, the dating site, they put a lot of pictures there, but they are what they are not. You understand? So you can't look at the picture on the dating site, I think a person is good. No, so I cannot make such a choice because it's all about faking.
No, because I don't know the person. I haven't seen the person in like physical like this. We just talk on phone. We can do a lot on phone, and then I don't think dating on social media or something is the best.
No, they are not rare. Sometimes men, they will come and put a lady's picture on the Facebook or Messenger or WhatsApp or something. So if you are not careful, you go with them. Later, you realize that they have been duping you.
Okay, so Israel, will you date online? I mean, will
No.
you find love online?
No.
Yeah, sure.
I think it's not the. I think it's not the best.
What if you finally meet the person and
They end up
probably
being
the pictures you've been seeing on social media are the ones they've used the editing something
Tools
to
to-
crop, so
yeah,
then
yeah.
you see her and you're like, huh? Like seriously?
Or when the makeup goes off and you realize that.
Then you begin to sue. Let's check out your comments on Facebook.
Emmanuel Lasara says, Apu, the way you send credit, because what I says, even those we know face to face from infancy, we are finding it difficult to build chemistry. How much more with people we meet online? However, it may work for some, and most people who date through that means may be opportunists, or really. Bismarck comes in and says, this is on the assumption that once you meet on social media, you will never see each other till you marry. Barry Muffin says, it happens pretty often, but for me, it will be a very risky terrain to tread. Most of such online relationships don't end anywhere. Daniel Ola says, it all depends on the compatibility. You can find a partner in the church and there still could be issues. But I want to caution those who want to try the social media connections. There's a recipe for misrepresentation. Ado says, modern times, very interesting, an era where people are having sexual affairs through internet. Anyway, it's a new form of finding life partner. Gone are those days when you will be in the house and your parents will just introduce your wife or husband to you to marry him, or you will be cursed.
And Alfred Akoka says, experienced people are talking. Who am I to doubt them? I'm just reading comments. Richmond Jackson says, ladies here say, never, never. If them catch that age, pet, everything goes. What's he trying to say? Okay, and I have okay, let's check out more comments. And Nancy says, love is something of the heart. It is just like music. Understand it, and it does not matter where you find it. Guy Evans says, oh yes, that's true. My wife I'm married to, and we're expecting a baby soon. I met her through social media, and things are very cool with that matter. Even if you meet the
toilet
and you meant to be, it will surely be. And Papi C says, online love, in as much as the internet is filled with chunk of frosters, there are a chunk of fake lovers, hence I won't fall in love online. And Peter Bannon says, never say never, love can be found everywhere, regardless the place, the time. It will be up to you to decide if you're going to fall in love with someone online or not. But remember, because of fraudulent acts of people online, that's making things worse for the good ones to fall in love in this our era.
You know, the danger I see with falling in love online is that before you get to meet, you tend to talk so much and you say so many things to each other that before you realize you're actually falling in love online.
You know?
So that when eventually you meet the person, you find it difficult to break it off.
I mean, to resist.
And then you're saying, let me just take it like that.
Then at the end of the day, you may regret taking that decision. And then Nati Opata says, why you want to find love online? You are in a community, school, workplace, a church, etc. Why find love online? If you find your love online, both of you are cowards, really.
Oh, no, really.
And he gets two replies there. Bismarck Ochri says, in which holy book is the conduit of meeting one's partner restricted to the avenues you just mentioned? I met my wife via social media. We're happily married with 3 kids. So to ask where and how you meet your partner matters not. Yes, we are cowards. Okay, so yes, we are cowards. Okay, so And the Nenena Teopata says, it's strange to meet your lover online. Trust me, you grew up in a community. You attended school from primary to wherever. You go for events, you meet people. The church is also a reputable institution to find a God-fearing person. And you ended up finding your lover on social media. My conclusion is you met a lot of people you loved but couldn't get enough courage to propose. That is sheer cowardice. But of course, how about somebody who is not the social type, who likes to always be by themselves? They don't go out, they don't meet all these people. Yeah, so their best resort is online. And let me check out if I can take some few messages on WhatsApp. And this one is coming from, okay, no name. I think dating on social media is better because these days you meet a lady physically and everything is fake about her in her appearance. Makeups be what? So how about the online? That one you think you will get the best. Hey, somebody says, hey, Aisha Pa, why have you reduced weight like that? I love... Oh, come on. It's okay. It's good to lose weight. And this one says, it's on social media. It's not possible. I will not fall in love on social media. That is foolishness, really. Those are very interesting comments on WhatsApp. And that's all time will allow us. And that will be the end of Journeys Interactive today. My name is Aisha Ibrahim. Many thanks for watching. PM